wondering why we should learn mathematics right from elementary even though we can't use the variable x for communication? For example,
Excuse me? Can I ask you where the comfort room is?
Sure, you can just turn 45 degrees south from your current location and walk for around 4x squared plus 3x minutes straight, and you shall find the comfort room.
you might be puzzled, right? We might not yet notice, but mathematics lives with us every day. Though not exactly like the one earlier, but with something more simple but with much significant application. Let's try to dig deeper on what mathematics is all about. According to British mathematician Ian Stewart in his book Nature's Numbers, math is not just about numbers, but also about operations, also known as functions or transformation, about the logical relationship between facts, and about proof. However, in reality, the first thing that springs to our mind whenever we hear the word mathematics is numbers. Numbers are the heart of mathematics, an all-pervading influence, and the raw materials out of which a great deal of mathematics is forged. But numbers on their own form is just a tiny part of mathematics. Did you know that a large part of the early prehistory of mathematics can be summed up as the discovery, by various civilizations, of a wider and wider range of things that deserve to be called numbers? The simplest are the numbers we use for counting using two hands, a thumb of camel, wood, or bone, tokens, or clay disc. The use of symbols for numbers probably developed about 5,000 years ago, when such counters were wrapped in a clay envelope. Between 400 and 1200 AD, the concept of zero was invented and accepted as denoting a number. If you think that the late acceptance of zero as a number is strange, bear in mind that for a long time one was not considered a number because it was thought that a number of things ought to be several of them. Many history books say that the key idea here was the invention of a symbol for nothing. The next extension of the number concept was the invention of negative numbers. Negative numbers are those considered to be less than zero. They can be thought of as a deficit or debt. It can also be used in recording temperatures and velocity. Positive numbers are those which are considered to be greater than zero. To better understand numbers with math, let's discover the number system. All numbers can be denoted as complex number. Complex numbers can then be categorized into two portions: the imaginary numbers, which are the square root of a negative, and real numbers. Real numbers to rational and irrational numbers. Rational numbers to fractions and integers. Integers to whole and negative numbers. Whole numbers to zero and natural numbers. Mathematics can also be an operation, something you apply to two or more mathematical objects to get a third object. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. It can also be a function, can be a mathematical rule that starts with mathematical object, usually a number, and associates it with another object in a specific manner. Bertrand Russell and Alfred North Whitehead wrote an enormous 3-volume work, Principia Mathematica, which began with the simplest possible logical ingredient, the idea of a set, a collection of things. Their main objective was to analyze the logical structure of mathematics, but a major part of their effort went into devising appropriate data structures for the important objects of mathematical thought. On the other hand, the creator of mathematics explores its unknown mysteries, maps them, and builds roads through them to make them more easily accessible to everybody else. The ingredient that knits this landscape together is proof. Proof determines the route from one fact to another. To professional mathematicians, no statement is considered valid unless it is proved beyond any possibility of logical error. But there are limits to what can be proved, and how it can be proven. Mathematics is a lot way deeper than how it looks, and we hope that you learned something today. Good day and have fun learning mathematics.